to Dark Nexus. Tonight, it's Act 4, Chapter 172, y'all. Okay, my friends. One moment, you were standing in a portrait gallery in Casimir after sunset. You had been in a temperate, marshy environment inside a building in the confines of a large Avistani city. The next moment, you are standing outside in a semi-arid forest. The sun has not quite set, but it's definitely far on its way. It is at least 15 degrees warmer than it had been when you stepped into the door of the sceptered house a few minutes ago. The trees all around you are nothing like what you'd seen passing through the Verduran forest, which is kind of like fairy tale European woods. They're nothing like trees most of you have ever seen. Picture a forest in sort of like northern Lebanon. Trees are totally different, and the ground cover is no longer green plants, damp weeds, voluminous crawling vines, but sparse and dry and mostly brown grasses. The air is dry.
It's a little Southern California-ish,
A little bit, yeah. So you're standing in a clearing with a group of dusty boulders clustered together in a small break in the tree cover, seemingly at a spot where two small roads cross each other. Not even roads, really. Dusty trails.
We are at a crossroads?
Wait a minute.
Is
Yes.
that what you're saying?
Would one call it a nexus of roads?
Yeah.
Almost? Of trails?
This
This week on Dusty Nexus.
this terrain is a little rolling. It's very rocky. You are definitely not in Kathir, not even anywhere near it, probably. You would be expecting to be in much more of a desert-like environment if you were, like Jordan or Iraq. Maybe a little more Aleppo than Baghdad, but still not like this. So you're probably not even in the outskirts of Kathir. You are likely not even in the nation of Qadira. You do hear some floating water nearby, but more like a creek. Definitely not the grand Pashman River covered in its thousands of boats. And you are not alone in this clearing. Not by a long shot, my friends.
Uh-oh.
You seem to have materialized in the middle of two groups carrying on some sort of very tense negotiation. Like, so much in the middle of it that it seems there had once been exactly 10 feet separating the leaders of these two groups, and now you four take up all of that. I can't wait to tell you what the two words are that I put my fingers on. Okay, on one side of you, picture it's a group of slightly paler of skin men and women with the look of Taldan bandits, all human. The leader is a woman in a very Avistani-looking set of banded mail brandishing a rapier. She's got a cluster of compatriots behind her, all in leather armor of a design that looks very familiar and typical to your eyes. Some have long swords, some have longbows, armed, in hand. Tense negotiations. On the other side of you, it's a group of slightly darker of skin, mostly very dark-haired men and women, all also in light armor, but of a very different look and cut, much more combined with silks and scarves that can easily be moved to cover the head or mouth or layer up in a pinch, more designed for a climate with big swings in temperature. And the bulk of them are brandishing curved blades, scimitars, falchions, and in the leader's case, this amazing sickle forged in the shape of a segmented scorpion's tail.
Ooh.
Two of their number have composite short bows out, including there's one slightly more Taldan-looking guy. He's perched like a gargoyle atop a nearby boulder with his short bow. One of these guys has a spear. There's a half-orc in their number, that gives off kind of a battle magey vibe because he's unarmored in the midst of all this and has a few visible scrolls. So Pandora appears literally inches away from the Kelishite leader with the scorpion sickle. Bash is inches away from the Taldan woman in banded mail. You're in this clearing, but there's tree cover, and the sun is mostly set, so it's dark. There are a few torches thrust into cracks in some of these dusty boulders and over in the ground near one of the longbow archers too, so there's a bit of light to see. You are all caught so off guard and orienting yourselves after sliding between the dimensions in order to get here, but the rest of all of these folks are jumpy and on edge, and the instant you appear, as you even register where the fuck you are, one of the Kelishite guys, this angry-looking dude armed with a spear, he yells out in Kelish, so Grip and Dabs don't even understand him specifically. I told you! It's an ambush! Kill them all! We're gonna roll for initiative. Oh, my
Mercy.
friends.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, I feel both excited about this and slightly bad for whoever it is that we are about to possibly massacre.
I don't know. Let's see.
Pandora.
16.
All right. Gripper.
That's a 6 there, Rob.
Oh, boy. Dabwick.
That's a natural 20 for a 21.
Heyo. And Bash.
15.
Are we telepathically bonded?
No. Oh, no. You didn't cast that.
None of that stuff. Do I have Bloodhound? Nope.
No. No dark
Didn't
vision.
say any of those things. We're not prepared in the least. Oh, hey, quick question. With the having leveled up, do we have like our spell? Like, how does that work?
Okay, so you got your slots, but for the two of you that are prepared casters, this would be Dabwick and Bash. Dabwick's case, Dabwick has the spells that they just prepared, and in order to fill the new slots they got, they'll have to meditate for 15 minutes at some point. So no 6th level spells in this fight. And in your case, Johnny, Bash has whatever you have already prepared, and then I think is it a minute per extract to prepare new ones, so you'll have to fill those
Later.
That is not a problem for this moment's Bash. Okay, here's one side,
Oh, gosh.
and the other side. See them all there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh
Man, there's more people up there when I shrink the map down.
yeah. Shrink it down. Take it all in.
Shit.
Yep. Top of round 1. One amongst the more Kellish-looking group, this guy in leather armor, armed with a composite short bow, is the first to act on their side. He yells out, "For the Queen!" and unleashes a yell that turns into an actual roar as a move action, you see his body transform. He grows about a foot in height, his muscles bulge, his skin hardens into sandy-colored scales, a huge tail erupts out from his spine, and his neck and head extend and lengthen and grow teeth, and you are looking at this gaping crocodile head. He knocks an arrow and fires, and as the arrow leaves his bow, it erupts into flame.
Come
Let's
on.
see. Who do we got? We got Dabwick and Pandora are closest. Even is Dabwick. Dabwick it is. So it's a move action to turn into hybrid form. This is within point blank range. And let's use some deadly aim. Why not?
That's what you do.
The 26 hit your flat-footed armor class there, Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Yay!
We're just trying to save the world from Jamin Dor.
Let's bring that up. We'll stop this.
11 points of damage from the arrow to Dabwick as it slams into them, and an additional 4 points of fire damage.
Takes it.
Who is next in this shit show? You are next, Dabwick. All right, Paul. So Dabwick is up next with a arrow on fire, just rammed right into your hip. Oh, the pain. Oh, the pain of it all, Paul. You are, good gracious, 15 feet away from the sickle guy who seems to be in the lead of the Kelishite group. You are, oh my gosh, you are 5 feet away from the leader of the Talden side, the woman holding the rapier. There are just enemies on all sides. So you can see the first, on the Talden side, the first rank of the leader's guards all have longswords in hand. Is that clear on the map? Are those names visible to you all?
Longsword guy.
Longsword
Yep.
muscle, yes, I'll have labeled them. And then the back rank There's 4 of those, and the back rank is 4 Taldan folks with the longbows. And then anyone on this map that I have labeled on the east side, anyone I've labeled just muscle, scimitar muscle, those look like the grunts of that group. And then I think I've indicated which weapons in hand for the rest of the folks. So you can see that pale, watchful guy over here. He's up on top of the boulder. And then everyone else is on the ground. What do you want to do, Polly?
Good God.
What do you want to do, Dabs?
What's it going to be, my friend?
Remember, you just got shot with a flaming arrow.
I know. I was going to do something. Can you show me a 40-foot radius shape that I can drag around? Sorry, Rob.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. I can just avoid Pandora, can't I?
Oh, boy. Ooh, boy. Yes. I think she is not in the radius there.
I do this, I get all of them except the person who just hit me.
Yeah.
Yes.
But, I mean, that's a kind of psychological torture. You hit me, I hit everyone you care about.
Everyone in your group.
Right. Okay, so Dabwick will cast Entangle in the midst of this crew to the Kelishite
Well, they probably
crew.
won't think it's an ambush now.
So, amongst the feet of the whole Kelishite group that thinks you are ambushing them, the ground erupts with grasses and weeds and other plants completely alien to this environment, which start wrapping around their feet and legs. They gotta make reflex saves, don't they?
That's right.
Okay.
This is where warriors turn into assholes.
It's my favorite part of the game.
I know.
All right.
Idiots and morons.
The leader, 20.
Oh, made it.
Angry guy with a spear, 17.
That's a DC 17.
All right, made it.
Made it.
The half-orc magey dude. Where the fuck's he at? There he is. 10!
Entangled.
Entangled. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 guys with scimitars, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, 7. All right. Here we go. 1. 18.
Made it.
2. 16.
Entangled.
3. Fail.
Entangled.
Entangled. 4. Natural 20. 5. 19.
Made it.
6. 8. Last dude. 17.
Made it.
All right, so you have entangled the half-orc magey-looking type and 1, 2, 3 of the dudes in leather armor with scimitars.
And
Nice
surrounded
move.
them all with difficult terrain.
All right, and do you want to take a move anywhere?
No, I'm going to stay close.
Hang tight.
Close to Pandora.
All right, one of the archers is up on the Taldan side, staring. Let's see, what is his view? Completely baffled by what's going on here. He's sort of tucked between one of the boulders and a near sort of sparse tree, trains the bow on grip, seeming to not know what else to do here, and takes a shot. Natural 20.
Oh, no.
This is no way this is going to be a crit. 19 for the backup,
Nope.
even against flat-footed.
Flat-footed, nope.
Alrighty, that is 6 points of damage from the arrow as it slams into your shoulder from behind. From behind, Robert. Scimitar muscle guy number 1. Is he entangled? He is not. He is in the field of entanglement, though. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's out of the entanglement with a single move. All right, so he's going to sort of swing around the side to make sure Dabwick can't move anywhere. Close with you with the rest of his move. He's now threatening you with his scimitar. Pandora, you are up. You are so close to this man with the sickle.
We just teleported.
Correct.
We're all touching each other.
Correct.
So the only one who might not be touching me right now is Dabs.
Yeah.
So I will reach out and touch Dabs.
Okay.
And cast Dimension Door.
All right. You're going to cast defensively. You're okay, aren't you? You are not threatened by someone who is not flat-footed. All right. All right. Where do you go?
840 feet away from here.
In which direction?
Gosh. This map is so limited.
Yeah, you're in a clearing in a woods.
North. Hoping it does not plop us in the middle of a lake or an ocean.
Or a cliff.
Or off a cliff.
Shoot! You all saw that for moments, and then now you're looking at more of the same forest, but no longer in a clearing, and there's nobody around you. And off in one direction, 800 feet away, through the
840 feet away.
840 feet away, through this very sparse tree cover, you can see torchlight and the sound of hollering and growling.
Sorry.
What the fuck was that?
Both for the mishap and for the sudden wrenching away from it. Let's get out of here.
Hey.
We didn't set diplomatic relationships back too far.
How can we get out of here?
Let me get that arrow out of here. It's still on fire.
Oh, ouch. I've got a headache.
Yipe. Can
Anybody know where we are?
I can't do anything until the end of this round. I don't know if we're still in rounds.
Is the plan to move somewhere as a
Get
unit
the
first?
fuck out of here. Yeah.
Okay.
We don't want anything to do with this.
All right, so we'll pop out around. So we're gonna sort of stealth in the same direction you had just moved away. You're gonna keep moving further away from that gaggle
Yeah.
of bandits.
Yeah.
Invisibility spear?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, we gotta, wait till the end of the round.
Sure,
but
sure.
Yes, then I'll cast an invisibility.
So
sphere.
in the 6 seconds where Bash is pulling
Yeah.
arrows out of your compatriots, Zwamp under an invisibility sphere.
Maybe a little math just to make sure it lasts as long as possible again.
Carry the 32. I keep
I
raising
cannot-
the number that I say.
I
you must
cannot
carry.
fail this.
Okay,
And I aced it. So
it's like 2 hours of
It's
invisibility.
2 hours.
Oh.
No. It's
12 minutes.
Wait, 12 minutes.
12
Yeah.
minutes. Great. So, scooting together under this invisibility sphere.
And trying to figure out where we are.
Yeah.
Like knowledge geography, knowledge local, knowledge history, knowledge whatever.
Yeah.
Based on how they were dressed.
Yeah.
Weapons they were using.
Yeah,
what do we got?
What can we
do?
roll?
We got some options here. So,
And I might cast investigative mind as soon as I can.
for the queen was mentioned, I could take a nobility check on that. I can take a geography check on the environment, and I could take a local check on loosely the people you were looking at. Feel
Okay.
free to roll any combo of those that you have.
I'm gonna cast investigative mind, which gives me 12 times advantage on knowledge checks until it's discharged, or like 10 minutes per level. So.
And what are the components for that? That's a new one.
Yeah, that's a new one. So, what are they? Pandora summons a feeling of being cozy
Sure.
and
Why not, right?
running her hand along spines of books as if on a shelf.
Oh, fun. Nobility, geography, local. Let's start with nobility.
18.
18.
22.
So the Empire of Taldor calls its rulers by a long string of titles, but chiefly Grand Prince or Grand Princess. Osirian has pharaohs, who sometimes go by Prince or Princess, but never King or Queen. Kadira, where you were trying to get to, is technically a vassal state controlled by the Empire of Kelish, and its leaders are satraps. Kadira is a satrapy. Andorran is a parliamentary democracy, so no kings or queens. And in Galt, whichever tyrant is ruling at any given moment these days typically styles themselves as citizen so-and-so to keep up the lie that they're acting with the support of the people. So those are the countries nearest to Casimir and the likeliest options for places you might have ended up. None of them have queens. You know that one of the 5 city-states that composes Thuvia in western Garund has a queen, but Thuvia is even farther away from Kathir than Casimir is, so the math just wouldn't make sense. The maths, Katie. Plus, you'd
maths.
expect to be in deep desert if you were in Thuvia, and nobody here was looking Garundi. The only other queens you're aware of off the top of your head, anywhere even remotely nearby, would be like the Elvish Queen of Kyonen, or Abigail II descendant of Cheliax. Irison, way the fuck north, has a hereditary line of queens, all descending from Baba Yaga. There had been a Queen Iliosa in the Varisian city of Carvosa a decade or so back, but that was really bad business. There's a whole other adventure path dedicated to her bullshit. But yeah, no queens, no idea from a nobility check who the fuck they were talking about. Let's actually do the local check next.
15.
22.
So putting together the fact that you were looking at a group of probably people from Taldor and a group of people probably from Kadira, you're like, okay, we gotta be somewhere like in the loose borderland between these two nations, probably on one side or the other, right? But we've got to be there. In which case, so that's maybe what Bash is focused in on. By the cut of this, by the cut of that, we've got to be in this area. And Pandora's like, isn't there there's someone called Lundo the Border Queen who rules the border wood between Kadira and Taldor. I think she's a were-crocodile witch? Yeah, she's a were-crocodile. So you all, the two words I put my finger down in the book were the first, bandits. The second word was were-crocodiles, which only exists in the entire book twice. Once here, and then once in a random encounter table for a part of the country you're not even in. So I was like, were-crocodiles? So I kitted up an entire party of were-crocodiles.
Which Rob, I just have to say, has experience with
Yes,
because he has
I've played one.
in a campaign.
Okay, what was the highest result on the geography checks?
21.
Yeah. So I think that would confirm for you that the border wood seems right. Do I have a good region map that will be helpful here? Oh, I think I might.
All of them on that side were were-crocodiles?
Yes, every single one.
Jeepers.
I mean, did you want to fight? Did I do bad?
I assumed you were going to get the fuck out of there. I just didn't know I didn't know what you would roll. So if you rolled like a natural one,
Believe me, I was
may not have
prepared.
been able
I was
to.
prepared to spend an action point. I was an idiot though, and didn't think like, oh, they're all gonna roll too. Right. I was like, oh, I beat most everybody. I bet
fine.
Dabs casts the spell and won't leave.
all right. So are you all on the inner sea region
Yeah.
map?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you see the 4 pals token had been up in Casimir. Is that visible to you?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And where you had been trying to get to was down here
Yeah.
in Kathir.
Oh, gosh.
And where you actually are is probably up somewhere here in this border wood that straddles. So you see that river right there
Oh
that
my
runs through the
gosh.
forest? So that is the Jalroon River, which is at this moment in time, hasn't always been, at this moment in time is the border between Taldor to the north, Kadira to the south. This forest is bisected by it, so half the forest is in one country, half is in the other. You would have every reason to believe you're probably on the north side, based on what you're seeing geographically around you. You're somewhere between 100, 150 miles away from Kathir. Now, in a forest,
How many dimension doors is that?
more than you
A
got,
lot.
in the middle of the night with no food, and yeah, but you are easy thanks to invisibility and the sheer fact of like what the fuck is even going on. Those bandits probably all fight each other, and you can escape to the north. Dabu, give me a survival check for me, would you?
Let's say 32.
Oh yeah, great.
Wow.
So at least for the time being, Dabwick is able to lead you to a safe place to sort of
Camp.
yeah, right, like settle down
So weird.
out of sight.
We've never done that.
You have no camping equipment. You have no food, but Dabwick is able to. If you're going to be stuck here for a certain period of time, Dabwick will be able to provide food for you. Got their eyes on. There are a number of small creeks here. Oh, maybe that's how you know you're on the north side. The creeks here are all flowing to the south, which you're able to determine by where the sun is setting, which means they're flowing downstream down to the Jalroon River, which is going to flow out into the inner sea. All right, so Dabs
Nice.
has you covered for the moment. What is the plan for either the moment or overnight? So fun.
Just for shits and giggles, can I make a knowledge nature check on the plants in the area and any plants that Dabwick might have seen in the picture of the painting of Kathir.
Go ahead.
That was a kind of a low roll on the die, a 7 on the die, but a total of a 24.
So you... Okay, so that painting of Kathir was predominantly focused on this one half of town that had the end of the Golden Path and a lot of really rich, fancy neighborhoods around it. So this Sunset Crown was kind of a bizarre, not a lot of plant life in there. However, poking over the tops of a lot of the wealthy estates that border it, fig trees, lemon trees, olive trees, some of which would definitely be around here. This is not a grove of any of those, but they would be peppered in and amongst them. Yeah, for sure. What you got?
Druid's Rock.
If we take the time, I just need about 15 minutes to prepare.
Yeah.
But I could teleport us to Kathir, somewhere in Kathir, using a spell called Transport via Plant.
Oh my God.
I love you so much.
Please.
Yes, of course. I can't believe I didn't think of it myself.
Wait, what?
Please read this bullshit aloud for Grip and me.
You can enter any normal plant equal to your size or larger.
Okay.
That's the druid, right?
Yeah.
You can enter into any plant equal to your size or larger.
And any of these trees, yes, you could find one that's bigger than you, for sure.
And pass any distance
Any.
to a plant of the same kind in a single round, regardless of the distance separating the two. The
Holy
plants must
shit.
be alive.
Okay.
The destination plant need not be familiar to you.
You don't even have to know. You don't have to know the plant on the other end.
If you're uncertain of the location of a particular kind of plant, you merely designate direction and distance, and the transport
my
via plant
God.
spell moves you as close as possible to the desired location.
Oh, it's actually helpful, unlike teleport. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Druids
If you try
are
to,
far superior to wizards.
But can you bring people along?
you can bring along objects as long as their weight doesn't exceed your maximum load. You can
Okay.
also bring along one additional willing, medium, or smaller creature
Yeah.
carrying gear or objects up to their maximum load or equivalent per 3 caster levels. So all of us can go
God.
together.
Fantastic.
A 6th level spell just entered the campaign.
I don't know. I think we should hang out in the forest for a bit. We haven't done any wilderness camping.
We sure have not.
I mean, not in the real world.
Yeah, we just have to be in physical contact with one another and...
Question: what does this area feel like in comparison to like Burning Lashes area?
That is much further south. It feels very... It's a weird environment because the city itself is kind of deserty, even though it's on the ocean and it's surrounded by some super, super, super tall mountains. But the city itself is in this weirdly arid valley. That city, Okano, feels very deserty.
Okay.
Way more deserty than this. But it's, it's kind of weird desert city on the ocean. I don't think we've talked about this. We've got that map open. Let's look at it a little bit more carefully. If you go down to the very south end of this particular map, Okano should be on there, right? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so Okano is actually on an island that is in the middle of the Obari Ocean, extending out from Katapesh. So it's kind of its own very particular biome. It's like it is an outjut of super tall mountainous rock.
So then, would we have traveled through this area to get to where we were eventually, since we were in Okano?
No, you would travel by ship from Okano.
Okay.
You went north from Okano, and you can see up kind of where Merev is on this map. That's where the Obari Ocean spills into the inner sea. You would have sailed north across the inner sea past Absalom, and then up into Casimir, which is in Star Bay, which is up here.
Got it.
Yeah. No, the overland route would have been
Torturous.
and so excruciatingly long. Okay, so Polly's gonna do a little bit of meditating there for Dabs, and does this spell require a long casting time? Is it like a ritual kind of
It
spell?
just takes one standard action.
What? Yeah. God, fucking 6 level spells. Okay.
Yep, and in one round, we would be ready to just pop up wherever you place us in Kathir.
Okay.
Does anybody want to have anything prepared just for
Any buffs?
any buffs anybody want to put on?
And Johnny, does Bash want to fill any of those empty slots? You'd have
Sure,
the time to do that.
he will take the opportunity to fill his 2 slots with 2 echolocations because that's what he can do right now.
I'm just going to close my eyes and
Also-
hope for the best again.
Should we heal up before we go?
Oh, yes.
I drink Bloodhound and I drink Dark Vision.
I will cast Mage Armor on Dabuk and myself.
Nice.
Thank you. Dabwick taps themselves with the Wand of Cure Light Wounds to get back to full. Twice.
Anybody else take any damage?
I took like 6 points, but that seems like a silly time to use a spell.
Okay, so the destination plant need not be familiar to you. If you are uncertain of the location of a particular kind, you need merely designate direction and distance, and it moves you as close as possible to the desired location. All right. I think I gotta continue in the fun of randomizing landing spots because none of the plants that were pictured in that portrait are literally real. So you'd be ending up at some random lemon tree in the city of Kathir. Robert, give me a 6-sided die roll.
That's a 2.
Polly, give me a 4-sider.
4.
Okay. And Dabwick takes each of you by the hand. Dabwick takes one of you by the hand and you form a chain.
That's right.
Who's after Dabwick?
Me.
And then,
I'll bring up the rear.
okay. So Dabwick grabs Pandora's hand. Pandora grabs Bash's hand. Bash grabs Gripper's hand. Dabwick casts the spell and steps into a lemon tree. And Pandora feels a tug, and Pandora is like slurped into the lemon tree, jerking Bash and Grip along, and Bash goes into the lemon tree, Grip, and Dabwick pops out of a lemon tree in a closed courtyard of a merchant's estate among a small grove of lemon trees. It's about a 50 by 50 foot beautifully manicured yard with a fountain and very, very high walls, all abutting this magnificent, like 3-story mini mansion. Johnny, give me a roll. It doesn't matter what you roll, just tell me even or odd.
Even.
There is nobody in the courtyard at the moment. It's, what is the time? Okay, so there's probably, you can hear the sounds of a large family gathering around a post-sunset dinner feast inside, maybe like 50 feet away from you. But thanks to that roll, nobody immediately has eyes on you. You're standing inside this courtyard with not much of view of anything else. These walls are very tall, 20-foot walls or so.
Invisibility sphere.
Invisibility sphere, zwamp. Climb the walls, dimension door somewhere.
You want to telepathic bond us too?
Yes.
Let's turn that on.
I don't have spider climb prepared,
I could fly up to look.
but you would leave the invisibility sphere.
I could dimension door us to the other side of the wall.
But we don't know what's on the other side of the wall. It could be another house.
Give me a perception check.
33.
40.
Oh, that's good.
I'm sorry, 35. That was with trap finding.
Wow. Right. As I've observed before, some of these mundane ones are getting a little pointless. So you are able to make out, even though there's a feeling of privacy and enclosement inside this private, wealthy garden here, you do hear the sound of moving water, and you can faintly hear the sound of I mean, you hear the sound of like foot traffic on one particular wall near you. So you can probably tell like, maybe this wall right behind us probably goes through their estate, but this one seems like it goes out onto a street, maybe next to some water or something.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Zoink.
Zoink. Once again, we teleport. Shoom.
Throw your resources away.
You pop into existence next to this,
We're still invisible.
yeah, which is the reason why none of the traffic around you notices you. You are next to this breathtaking, wide canal, flanked as far as you can see in one direction by marble and gold promenades. The water of this canal seems to be magically maintained in such a way that it is crystal clear. And you can see the bottom of this artificial canal is paved in gold. Crystal clear water over a golden canal. Fragrant cedar trees, palm trees, other flowering trees, ornate marble arches as far as you can see off in one direction, and then in the other direction eventually looks like it spills out into the ocean. No, must be the river, but wow, does it look wide from this distance, and there are so many boats out there. But a lot of them are more of these sort of like river-style boats that you would have been used to the general shape of seeing on the Cellen, although of course the design here bears no resemblance to anything I think any of you have actually ever seen with your eyes in your lives here. It's after dark, but there are torches up on all of these arches. There's plenty of light along this. There are people, you can see just all around you, hundreds of people casually strolling along this beautiful gold paved canal. And in I'll call it the north right now, because thanks to your knowledge of geography, you'd recognize this. South of you is the river. To the north, this canal goes as far as you can see and ends at the grounds of a magnificent palace comprised of towering ivory walls capped with golden domes, and a palace above that seems like it has to be like 10 stories. Minarets, golden domes, magnificent flowering trees over the top of the wall, and people in all directions. This neighborhood that runs along the side of the canal on this side seems to be more of the same. Merchant houses, high walls, wealthy estates, lots of traffic. On the other side, it seems to be... more of the same, though smaller estates, and maybe fewer of them with super tall walls or giant enclosed private gardens. So it seems like money, but a little less money, maybe a little more old money where you're at, and a little more merchant money on the other side of the canal there. Yeah, that's what you see.
Recognizable from the painting? Like, does it look like the painting we looked at?
This definitely is the city.
Yeah.
You do not see the Sunset Crown. You would recognize... Okay, so the palace that you see at the end of the canal, you would definitely have spotted that in the painting. Yep, you got your eyes on that. You recognize that. There is also off to the northeast, so kind of towards the palace, but a little way off to the side, see this towering white marble spire, several hundred feet tall, that you would also recognize specifically from that painting. Welcome to Cathir, y'all. We have made it.
All right.
Amazing.
Second part of Book 4. What's the plan
At what
now?
time of day is it right now?
It's night.
Night.
It's after sunset.
After
need
sunset, but okay.
Find a place to release this invisibility sphere that is not just in the middle of the street.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can spot...
If we want to do that.
Oh, yeah, if you want
unless
to.
there's a benefit to remaining hidden for longer.
Yeah, what do you think?
Maybe before we do that, I should cast that spell that gives us benefits in a urban area.
Hunter's blessing.
Doesn't hurt.
So good. Oh, and the people. Oh, we gotta do this too. Okay, so Ustalov, pretty human focused, right? Like you barely saw. I think Katie's made the point. You've only seen like 2 or 3 elves this entire campaign. Very few dwarves you've run across. More dwarves and elves, certainly in Casimir. A ton of halflings, but still really human focused. here, humanity is the dominant species, the cultured species on the planet, but there are also 10-foot tall, partially elemental genie. So you see like 12-foot tall blue creatures whose bodies turn into smoke and mist at the bottom. You see giant sort of things, kind of like what's his face from Fantastic Four, that look like
Ben Grimm.
look like giant hunks of rock walking down the street, and these super tall, thin, almost sylph-like looking beings, because they're blue, would just easily step off the side onto the canal and float across the water to the other side. And what element am I missing? Oh, fire. So yeah, you would see beings like this with hair made of flame, and nobody's batting an eye. Like this is part of the population here. And also predominantly you see traces in way more of the humanity of ancestry tied to elemental beings. Yeah, so different skin tones like blue skin and red skin and weird green skin. You see some people whose hair is like floating in the breeze through by unseen breezes, just like Penelope's was. You see people whose hair is made of flame, and nobody's batting an eye at any of this. Also, let's see, there would be dwarves, almost no halflings, no sign of elves either here. So mostly humanity and genie kind is the bulk of what you're seeing.
Fascinating.
Oh, that's so cool.
Well, for the next 11 hours, we gain our bonuses to urban environments.
Great.
And since I have to choose a favored enemy,
You do.
what do you think?
What
Genie
would
kind.
Dabwick pick?
Chaos.
Half orc.
Outsider?
Aberration.
Oh, can't go wrong with aberration.
All right, so just in case you run into an aberration, never happened in this campaign. Great. Let's remember you've got that, and we'll
See if
click that on if we need it.
Amazing.
Oh, I haven't taken you to the map, have I?
No.
Let's go to this beautiful new map.
Whoa.
Ah, there we go.
Wow.
All right, so you can tell that there's a very wide road heading off to the east. There is a bridge crossing the Azure Canal not too far away from you to the south. I think you would easily be able to determine just by line of sight. There's plenty of bridges that cross this canal going north. So if you wanted to head north even further and find a different bridge, you certainly could. Otherwise, it does seem very, very residential here. And again, more money.
Shall we head into a more active nightlife part of town and perhaps engage in some diplomacy about what's going on in the city?
Sure.
We're looking for the Mysterium, right?
Yes, but it might not be wise to announce it.
Yeah, maybe right now we just want to find a place
Find out
to
what's
stay.
going on, yeah.
Give me a knowledge local check on one thing in particular.
Can we, how much, I remember we had this conversation before, how much knowledge local can we
Yeah.
make checks on since we are not?
This is a more general knowledge that you could check on.
Okay.
24.
Yeah. This is a... Pandora does...
24.
Perfect. You both recall that foreigners to the satrapy are to register themselves upon arrival in any major city. Basically, if you haven't done so, there's not a specific punishment for that. However, if you get in trouble with the law and you
not
have
registered.
not registered, you will find grave difficulties lying ahead.
So it sounds to me like we need to go register.
We shouldn't have said that to Dabs out loud.
That's what the law is.
So just as a reminder,
Yeah.
I still have detect scrying going.
Yes,
Okay, so you didn't forget.
I did not, but thank you. Please do remind me until that runs out.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, do we have any fucking idea where we're trying to go?
No. That's why I was thinking diplomacy, but that might tell us where we need to register and when and all sorts of stuff. So if we can at first just try to make our way to a place where people are out and about.
So you would be able to see evidence of lights and activity to the east across the canal, maybe on the other side of the neighborhood immediately there, as if maybe there's like a night market or something like that. You would also notice as you're looking down the long road to the west that there's a ton of lights off in that direction, that you may be on the fringes of being able to see either more commercial or more nightlife-y areas. That's just not where you are right now.
I like the idea of a night market.
Using Bloodhound, would I be able to smell any area that particularly smelled like a dining district, like a...
Not within
something
60 feet of you,
Okay.
but as you start moving in one direction or the other, maybe so.
Okay.
Why don't we stay invisible as long as we can until we find an opportune alley or something in which to dismiss the spell
Sure.
and make our way closer to where there is a populace?
Is the fact that we're in the middle of the city but we haven't registered yet, is that going to be... how did you get in the city if you haven't registered?
If we get in trouble.
Oh, I actually have a question.
Don't start a fight. Don't rob anybody.
What do we know about literally these geniekin that are walking around? Like, can they see us? Are they aware of us? Do they have see invisibility?
Knowledge planes.
46.
I'm so glad that I put maximum ranks in that before because it's
My signature skill.
so useful.
Do we need to get a story straight? Why are we here? If it comes to registering, that is. If we can...
Pandora thinks to Grip alone. I wouldn't try to deceive anyone with Diabolic present.
Dabwick looks around, grinning, smiling.
So happy to be in
It's a new city.
It's a new city.
Oh, I was going
Such
to
a
ask.
different flavor.
I was going to ask two questions. How does
Yeah.
Dabwick feel about being in the
Yes,
city?
please
And
tell
then I
us.
also wanted to ask, how does Grip feel about looking and seeing these boats and ships and stuff?
They're confusing because they don't look like the one kind of boat I know what they're about.
There's so many boats.
But yeah, it's a bit overwhelming.
There's a whole new style of ornamental architecture that Dabwick is fascinated by. What's its purpose? How did it evolve? Why is it here? What story does it tell?
You should ask
And everything
Pandora.
is
She
so
might know.
tall and peaked and like a preponderance of minarets which is just something that does not exist in Casimir.
Right.
That's not part of the culture or any of the religions. And it is both part of some of the major religions and also now, over thousands of years, culturally part of the architecture.
Right.
So it just looks, very, very
Pandora
different.
just got a knowledge engineering check of 30
Uh-huh.
and may be able to explain
Oh, so Pandora will
some of the architecture.
take Dabs' hand like, let me explain where this came from.
Do you see how that support holds that one up there? It's almost invisible, and so it looks like it's flying.
I could be wrong about this, but this feels like this is laid out in a much more ordered fashion than like Dilathleen would have been, where Dilathleen was like sort of like a chaotic armpit of a bustling city, and this is more like a crown jewel of a bustling city.
But you'd also know that it is a very, very old city. It's one of those cities that sprang up as this is the best spot to start a fortified location on this huge, huge river. Let's plant here. And then that gets built up. Well, then it gets taken over by Taldor for 100 years, and they build it up in their own way. Then it gets taken back over by Kadira for a while, and they build it up in another way. Oh my gosh, and then the Kellish Empire takes over Kadira, and the Emperor moves in all sorts of new stuff and builds a palace for the satrap and for the prince whenever he comes here. So it's like there is a certain... It's like a
Mishmash.
spread of chaos in a certain way. But what you're seeing right now is it seems like it might be this area came up at this one time and things look very similar here. But you might stumble into other areas that look very, very different. Let me answer your question about see invisibility. Generally, as far as Pandora knows, that's not anything any of the genie can do as a matter of course. There are a couple of them that could do that once a day if they decided to do so, but the likelihood of any casual citizen of Kathir walking around doing that seems pretty low. And generally their abilities are based around elemental type things that are thematically tied to their particular elemental type. A lot of them can turn invisible at will, so there might be a lot of people invisible walking around you. And you do know that most of those genies can give you wishes.
Evil.
What could ever go wrong?
Let's grab one.
You do
We'll
know
solve the whole campaign with one wish.
Pandora would know that there are entire law offices whose specialty is negotiating wishes for their clients so that their clients don't get fucked over by the
That's
genies.
my next backup character.
That's amazing.
For sure. Oh my god.
Genie lawyer.
Oh my god.
Genie lawyer. Attorney.
Are most
Attorney
of,
at
And we
law.
need a series about that.
Are most
we need
of
like
them
a side series.
clerics
a
of
spin-off.
Asmodeus?
Oh my gosh. Well, okay, so
Interesting.
there would be no Asmodeus here. That is the thing that gained popularity in Avestan because the Chelish Empire was so powerful, and they just came to feel like we have to give them space for this as part of diplomatic relations. But that's not the case down here. This is Syrinrae, sun goddess, all the way. That is the very the main focus of religion here. So you've left Pharasma focus, you've left a certain degree of Desna focus, and now you're down in Syrinrae focus. Yeah,
Cool.
fun.
Yeah.
We've traveled so
I
far.
love being places we've never.
I know, me too. So you want to just pick a direction? East or west?
East.
East towards the night market, west towards something else that seems busy?
I love the words night market together.
Okay.
Agreed.
All right.
Yeah. All right. You are able to, before your invisibility sphere runs out, easily find a handy alley to pop behind to not materialize in a sudden, shocking way. You make your way east across the bridge over the Azure Canal. Again, the bottom of the canal is paved in gold.
That's why I wanted to go east. I wanted to cross a bridge and look down.
Yes, it is crystal clear.
Are there coins down there? Do people do that?
They're not in the Azure Canal, no. I think based on some of the local checks you've made, you would know it would be considered impolite to sully the satrap's
Yeah.
waterway, because that could be an offense to the Emperor of Kelish.
Amazing.
Always treat them with politeness. We're in a land of hospitality here. There's a long
Land of diplomacy.
a
you might say.
long line of palm trees bordering on the edge on the eastern side of this canal. You kind of got to make your way to the north a bit before you can find a break in them. You pass through a break in between some houses down kind of a commercial alleyway into a large open courtyard surrounded on all sides by multi-level buildings, and you're starting to get a sense of the density of this city. This is the kind of place where you look on the outside and it looks like, oh, there's like 5 or 6 buildings there. You go down a little alleyway. Oh, these 5 or 6 buildings have another 5 or 6 pods like them that all surround one courtyard that they all share. And it gets more and more tangled. But the noise gets louder the further east you head here. And
Love how we're all pointing east.
Yes, yes, on the little token. And Abash does indeed start to pick up the smell of food. You have to wind your way down for about a half hour through some of these more residential areas, and you spill out after maybe 45 minutes of this into the old souk, which is the oldest market in Kathir. Also seems to be open and running as if it were the middle of the day, late into the night here. And then beyond that, as sort of passing through and getting your bearings, you do indeed catch sight of the Sunset Crown, your original intended destination. Is that visible to you on the map?
Yes.
Okay, so this
Merely a few hour delay.
yes, with some sprinkled were crocodiles tossed in for fun.
Yeah, because why not?
This huge, perfectly circular bazaar stretches further than you can actually see on the ground, and this crown, which covers all of this like a pagoda, must be made of gold, held up by narrow marble pillars, and you do indeed see the westernmost end of the Golden Path, which here in Kathir is paved in gold. Everybody has their tents and their wares set up, and they're walking around on the gold. There are rich people, poor people, military folks, academic-looking folks, artist-type folks, all milling around, packing this bizarre area, just casually walking around on solid gold. And you can see, of course, there is not any evidence of anybody like casually leaning down and trying to like scrape some of it off. They're just like, this is
where they live.
This is where they live. This is part of our life
the
here.
Yellow Brick Road.
Yeah. So want to lean into some diplomacy and knowledge local for a bit here, see what you can dig up.
Yep.
So we're looking for, are we going to start with a place to stay? Are we going to start with where to register? Are we going to start with where's the Mysterium? What does each of you want to focus on? You can certainly split up your focuses if you wish.
Diplomacy is very high,
Yeah.
which is the most important thing.
So this is like a bazaar, like a place to buy things and stuff
Absolutely,
like that?
yeah.
Would there be anybody that, like a leather worker, to basically craft like a new sheath for Vanity?
We'll find out based on what you roll.
Okay.
All right, so why don't you roll Knowledge Local and roll the D4. We'll see how long it takes and start your new log of how many hours you are logging in Kathir. So you're going to use leatherworking as a way in to learn more about what?
I think right now, just, where's a good place to stay in the city?
Great. And Pandora will be asking
Pandora is going to use her thing she developed with Julius Crane, where she casts Detect Psychic Significance to find items of significance and try to approach people to talk about that.
Use them as inroads into conversation.
Yeah. I mean, I think, I know it's important to find out where we register and stuff, but I feel like we could sort of figure that out relatively easy. So I kind of want to ask about what's going on. What's the dirt in the city? I feel like those kinds of rumors will find us what we are probably looking for faster than being like, where's the Mysterium?
All right, so Katie as well, go ahead and roll diplomacy and roll your die for Dabwick and Gripper. Now, you can both also make diplomacy checks untrained if you want to either go on your own and try your own things, or if you want to go with one or two of the other of them and aid them.
I think I would be probably most inclined to shadow Pandora.
Great. You want to stick
No
with...
offense, Dabwood.
None taken.
Dabs, you want to stick with Bash and
Then Dabs will hang with Bash, yeah.
do a little aiding?
Yep.
Great. So both of you give me a diplomacy check with your gigantic, colossal charismas. No, there's no danger here. But let's
no
just see if you
danger.
clear 10.
Oh,
Oh,
That's a no aid. That's a 7 for a 7.
okay.
Dabwick rolled a 16 for a 20.
Nice. All right, so add 2 to your check.
Do you have
Unless I
ranks
can
in diplomacy,
intimidate.
or do you have a rank in diplomacy? Or
No.
do you have +4 charisma?
No, I have a -1 charisma. I get 5 temp for...
Swallowtail, Blazers, there's all sorts of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. I think maybe halflings get a racial bonus or something.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Probably.
Yeah. All right. So, Johnny, what did Bash get with that +2 aid?
My knowledge local check is a 25 plus another 2 would be 27.
And what you roll on the die for?
Die 4 is a 2.
2 hours, okay. And Pandora, your total?
35,
Yeah.
1 hour.
All right, great. So you and Gripper can join up with them.
Do you think they have any street performers here?
I know, I was just thinking about that.
Oh, there must be.
I
Yes.
think that's what we would have focused on with Kala in mind.
Yeah.
And
And kinds of entertainment you have not
Yeah.
seen
Wait, they do
before.
other
I mean,
they do other
like-
things.
You wouldn't.
Yeah.
Gripper, you
not
can't.
just magpies. There's all
Oh.
sorts of different musicians and
Never
dancers.
heard of such a
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, and you would pass. So they have. you would-
Pandora would remember that Grip really liked that.
Yes. Steering by street musicians playing instruments none of you have ever actually seen or heard in person. You would pass there is an abundance of flying horse acts where there's like little paddocks with kind of nowhere to go in the middle of this thing, and then the horses will soar up and out from underneath the crown and do a whole routine with the rider over the Pashman River and then soar back in.
Are these Pegasi, or are these the horses flying without wings that
Horses
you
are
had mentioned?
flying without wings. Like, you would look at them and you'd have no idea that that's what they do at all.
Even though you yourself have flown without wings.
Yes, but there's no sign of like, oh, it's not a winged horse, or it's just,
Right, okay.
That seems to be a thing here, and especially like into Dabwick's existence, like Casimir had for so many years seemed like as big as a place could get. And of course, in the course of your travels, you have experienced larger cities in the Dreamlands and stuff. But this city dwarfs Casimir. Like you've been walking around for this chunk of time, and you can get the sense of like, oh wow,
Like,
all
are
of
we-
Rhaegar's shadow would have fit in this, and
Right.
this just seems to go on forever.
Are we talking like a similar difference, Thrushmore to Casimir, similar Casimir to
Kathir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like kind of 5 or 6 times bigger. Thrushmore to Casimir, maybe a little more than that, maybe like 10 times bigger, and then this is like 6 times bigger than Casimir.
Crazy.
Wow.
So Bash and Dabwick do indeed stumble across a leather worker who can put together a new holster for you there, Bash. That's fun. And you find you're able to dig up in the course of a couple of hours a really nice short list of recommended hotels for you in a number of different parts of the city. There's a spot over by the Great Market. There's a spot in the University District. There's a couple of spots near the Temple of Dawn's Grace. And then if you are interested in seeing the outskirts of the city, way down at the end of the Golden Path as it leaves the walls, there's the horse market and stuff down there. But you've got a short list of spots you can go to in those kind of areas.
Very cool. Two things. One, what would be in the University District? Is that, from what I know of the Mysterium, is that near that area?
That seems like it would be likely to be near it.
Excellent.
For sure.
And then to be clear, the holster is going to be a shoulder rig with like underarm so that it's not like out on a hip and very obvious.
Yes.
Not a hidden or concealed thing, but just that's where it would be.
Slowly turning into Raylan Givens.
And as Pandora and Gripper are wandering around, you learn about the zenith of the Dawnflower, which is the name that is given to this 200-foot tall white marble spire. Zenith of the Dawnflower, and it's mentioned to you. Yeah, if you are, or you know anyone who is a divine spellcaster, if you worship Syrinrae, you can climb to the zenith and watch the sunrise and prepare additional spells per day. Only get this benefit once per year, but the Dawnflower has personally blessed it. Isn't that exciting? It's a thing that a new visitor to the city must experience. You learned that it is of course genie magic that helped pave the Golden Path here, and also helps maintain it in its pristine state, as you'll see. And this person's like trying to scuff it for you. You see it stays absolutely perfectly clear. There's whispers of it. There's whispers of there's a curse that does target the most reviled kind of person in this city. They're known as path scrapers. People fall into desperate straits, have been known to attempt to scrape a little bit of gold off of the Golden Path when nobody's looking, and there's apparently a curse. So, visitors, be careful. Do not indulge in the hideous crime of path scraping.
Never would.
You learn that the Imperial Court maintains what is known as the Planar Institute, which is an embassy housing multiple extraplanar powers.
Pandora is retiring here for sure.
You learn about the Venican College of Medicaments and Surgery, which is a sprawling complex at the center of the University District that boasts faculty trained in the latest in medical science, everything, the most up-to-date science coming out of central Kellish, thousands of miles away, but at the heart of the Empire, which is this is kind of, Qadira is considered kind of the boonies of the Kalish Empire. You know, it's important to the locals, but it's nothing like the heart of the empire. And with a check that high, Katie. Let's give it to you. There are rumors that there has been a robbery at the Mysterium. No, it's not a robbery. There was an attempted robbery at the Mysterium. No. There was some sort of heist that failed. No, that's not right. They didn't get anything. Yes, they did get anything. Did you hear what they get? No. People, you can't get out of the Mysterium. I don't even know what the Mysterium is, but everyone over by the university is talking about it. But whatever the case is, something has gone down to the level that the whole place has been sealed up for, is it days? Is it a week? I don't know if it's a whole week.
The university area or the Mysterium itself?
The Mysterium itself has been sealed off from the outside. You cannot get in or out. And people cannot agree on what happened on the inside, but everybody's talking about it because nobody knows. There's thoughts of robbery. And also you would hear a lot of like, well, but rob what? It's just kind of this rundown old little place.
Why would anyone want to rob the Mysterium?
Exactly. But you do get a location for the Mysterium, and we can combine that with Bash and Dabwick's information about a hotel, let's say like a 10-minute walk away. And that part of town is also where the Garden of Gifts is, which is where you can meet with genies if you wish to attempt to negotiate a wish. And it's also near the visitor center, which lies at the heart of the welcome area on the great port of Kathir, which is traditionally where visitors such as yourself, do you know, should go ahead and register themselves. So you've got a direction to head, you've got an inn to head to, you've got a location for the Mysterium, and we will pick up all of this next time. That's the end of chapter 172. Welcome to Kathir!
Yay, Kathir!
Dark Nexus is produced by Plug and Hum Productions. This podcast uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Incorporated, used under Paizo's fan content policy. This podcast is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, please visit paizo.com. That's Paizo.com. Dark Nexus uses music and soundscapes by Syrinscape. Check them out at Syrinscape.com. That's Syrinscape.com. Opening and closing themes, along with additional music composed by Rob Kauzlaric. Artwork for Dark Nexus is by Matt Wahlquist. And thanks to DMCP, Richard and Ari, Paul and Shannon, Scotty, Jason, Jess, Joe, Chelsea, Matt, Dave, Derek, Darren, Michaela, J.H., the Biscuit Buddies, and everyone we've gamed with over the years for all the memories and inspiration.
Oh, I don't want to look at the blood. It makes me oozy. Oozy? Oogie. Oozy.
Woozy? Woogie.
Woogie.
I just don't like it.
Turns me into a Wookiee.